First of all, I thank Dr. Nitin Chawla sir for his kind words. I have been a volume ultrasound user since the last 6 years in Jodhpur itself, and I opted for Epic 7 around 2 months back. And these are very preliminary images which I am going to show you. My emphasis is on technology which Epic offers you, and it has helped me a lot in my clinical practice. So, welcome to the Epic experience. Incidentally, the queen sitting here is my younger daughter. So, in an age of technology, whenever a new technique comes, it does face challenges. So, there are various arguments against new technology. The arguments basically fall into two categories. Number one is the comfort zone argument. The comfort zone argument tells you what you are doing is okay. There's no need to do anything else. So, the question I am asked frequently is, what's wrong with the technology we are already using? I tell them there's nothing wrong, only things evolve. You know, from bullock carts we are now zipping around in jets. So things evolve. Newer is better. If you don't trust me, you can ask a man named Charles Darwin. Now look at this car. It also has ambitions. It tells its mom, I'll grow up to be a Ferrari. So who are we to interfere with her ambitions? And then there's the high cost argument. They say newer technology is very expensive. So, if you think education is expensive, you can substitute education with technology. Try ignorance. Try doing ultrasound in the year 2014 with smaller machines. There was a time when machines used to come in a black and white format. The color Doppler also was not preferred. But now, if someone comes to you to sell a black and white machine, will you buy it? I don't suppose so. So, what is new in this machine? So, most of the technological advantages will be covered by Dr. Chawla. I'll tell you my experience. First is a software called Fetal Heart Navigator. It's a very good software. You just take a volume of the heart and the machine does the rest. Here you can see with one volume you have acquired a 4-chamber heart, a very adequate 4-chamber heart, where you can see the tricuspid here, the mitral here, all the 4 chambers very nicely. This one is an LVOT, the aorta coming out from here. This is a 3-vessel view, the pulmonary artery, the aorta, the SVC, and here is the trachea. And this is the arch view. This is the right ventricle, and here is the arch. Here is the arch. So, I acquired this volume in 10 seconds, and then by pressing next, within 45 seconds, I could evaluate the whole fetal heart. Now there's another innovation in this machine. With a normal abdominal probe, you can look at the writing here. It's C51 probe. It's not a volume probe. It is a normal abdominal probe, by which we can get very nice 3D reconstructions. So these are GB calculi, 1, 2, 3 lying here. And it hardly takes 2 to 2.5 minutes to reconstruct a volume with a normal 2D probe. You don't need a 3D probe in this machine. So naturally it lowers the cost of the machine. Then again, this is with a normal 2D probe, C51. This is the invert mode of the gallbladder. Here you can see the vessels and the portal vein here. Very nicely brought out. This is a large UV junctional calculus here, a subtle acoustic shadow also you can see with the same probe. This is a normal kidney done with the same probe. The only difference between a volume probe and a normal probe while doing 3D is that a volume probe automatically acquires volumes. Here it's a free hand technique. You decide from where to where you want the volume to be acquired, and then the machine does the rest for you. This is a transvaginal normal non-volume probe, C10 3V. So a very nice endometrium up to the cervix. The uterus is brought out very nicely. Now why 3D? Why not just 2D? One of the speakers today said that 3D is just a toy and there's no diagnostic value. So on a 2D scan, I thought and I knew that this is a bicornuate uterus, the right is here, the left horn is here. Then I decided to do a 3D with this. Yes, there is a bicornuate uterus, but what is this? There's something here. What is this? I just rotated the image through the X-plane, and what have you here? Lo and behold, it's a septum. So this is a hybrid bicornuate uterus along with the septum. So these things cannot be diagnosed by 2D alone. You need a 3D. You have to have a 3D to diagnose these things. This is a fetal face, again done with a C51 probe, and it's almost as if you have used a volume probe. All the lips, the nose, the eyes, everything is brought out very clearly. And to tell you the truth, these are my first baby steps while using this technology. And if I can do it so early in my practice, I suppose when I get used to the machine, these images will be much better. The fault is not the machine, the fault lies within me if I don't bring out good images. This is a pregnancy in a bicornuate uterus. So, can you diagnose it so accurately with 2D? I don't think so. How many of you think that this kind of picture will not convince your referring doctor that this is a bicornuate uterus? She just takes a look at this photo, this image, and immediately knows what to do and what not to do. Now, here in the 2D image, there is some irregularity in the endometrium. You can see it here. The patient had a history of bleeding for the last 40 days. I didn't know what this was. To me, it looked like a polyp. So, the next step is, what do you do in a polyp? You put color. So, I put color. There was a large amount of color, but the pedicular artery I could not make out. From where the pedicle is getting its, if it's a polyp, the pedicle should be perfused. So I did a 3D. And here I could see, I took a detailed history. The patient had an history of abortion around 40-45 days back. These are retained products of conception along with an AV malformation. If you try to do a DNC in this patient, Dr. Chaubal will be much more person who can tell what will happen, but I think the results will be catastrophic. Now this is a normal (2D) sonography. You can see a 2-vessel cord. I am going towards the feet. Already I know it's a CTEV, but what is the difference between a normal 2D sonography and 3D sonography will be brought out very clearly here. Here a clinician or a radiologist can know, yes, this is a CTEV, you can see the feet, but if you want to give a good picture to a person who is less experienced, to a gynecologist, or you want to tell the parents, as Dr. Carol Benson was saying today, this picture explains it all. You don't have to tell the parents, you don't have to counsel the parents, you just show the picture and tell them that this is the state of the feet of the baby and your baby will look like this. This is a case of IUCD. The patient was bleeding and I could see that the IUCD is entering into a fibroid here. This is the same case from a different angle. You can see the fibroid here and the IUCD is seen penetrating the fibroid here. So it was a submucosal fibroid and the IUCD was penetrating the fibroid. This is a 2D image. You can see the septum pellucidum is deficient here, but look at the 3D image. Look at it. It is lobar holoprosencephaly. No doubts about the diagnosis. This is the Weissaul. I call this image the Weissaul. An arcuate uterus with 2 gestational sacs, a twin pregnancy. Now this is the Lemon sign which we talked about. Now I have to look for a myelomeningocele, an open neurotube defect. Here it is. A very small defect which can be brought out only by 3D. You can diagnose a spina bifida by 2D, but how to convince the clinician? For that you have to have images like this. This is another bicornuate uterus. No doubts about it. Once the clinician sees the image, he is convinced. The patient doesn't have to run from pillar to post. The diagnosis is made. End of story. This was a small pleural effusion which I could see, but given black and white images, the clinicians get very upset. They don't look at black and white images, but when you give this kind of picture where you can see the liver, the Gleason's capsule here, the diaphragm here and a small pleural effusion here. And these are pancake kidneys. A patient around 20 years of age had a persistent right iliac fossa mass with pain. I put my probe here, did a 3D. You can see the kidneys are joined here. This is one kidney, this is another, a classic pancake kidney. So, this is all about it, friends. I think this technology has come to stay. We should leave our comfort zones and try to do better. We were used to Maruti 800s. Now we aspire for BMWs and Mercedes. This is a profession. We should go higher, like the Olympic motto, higher, stronger. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Even sky is not the limit. And thank you from Vaishnavi Imaging, Jodhpur. Thank you so much.